Hey, everybody. Welcome to a new segment with the Gentleman of Crypto YouTube channel. I'm your host, Marlon. You may have seen me on the Wednesday weekly segment with Reggie Middleton discussing all things DeFi, current news, and his patents and what he's involved in. Today, we'll be introducing a new weekly segment all about Polygon, Poly. I need Meg Thee Stallion to go ahead and do a remix for me for that and put a little booty like in the corner right here and just shake that. But that'd be a good thumbnail for the YouTube for the YouTube community, but maybe one day. But again, so welcome. This is the first segment where we discuss all things Polygon. This is not a shilling video. This is not a Kramer buy. We're just going over fundamentals, being informative, looking at the project, looking at the platform, I should say, these capabilities, the different projects that are building on it, the developers, the history of it. We're just gonna, go from the basics to the advance over time. Just to give you some background, again, my name is Marlon. I started in the crypto world in the bull run in 2017. Got in October 2017 with one of my good friends, put me onto it. Same thing as everybody else, joined all types of Discords, Telegrams, and eventually when that bear market hit in 2018, I got scared, paper hands, crumble it up, throw it out the window, left the scene for a little bit, came back in about early 2019, I think. And then from then, just been, learning as much as I can in the crypto space, trying to learn projects, what's valuable, what's not, what's buy, what not to buy, and just experimenting. And I hope everybody else out there does the same, because it's definitely not just cryptocurrency, but just the blockchain technology, digital assets. It's going to be something in the future that's going to take over everyday things, from buying a house to your doctor visits. Everything is eventually, I'm not going to say everything, but a majority of things will start to adapt to these new technologies. So it's best to know what's going on, the capabilities of all these things, so that way, you're more aware, can adapt it, and, we want to be ahead of the curve going into the future. But again, enough of that. Let's get into Polygon. So to start off, let's go ahead and let's check out the website. When I'm looking at new projects or any project, I always like to go to the website to see, what do they have to say. Boom. So this is Polygon's homepage, and see, bringing the world to Ethereum. Polygon believes in Web3 for all. Polygon is a decentralized Ethereum scaling platform that enables developers to build scalable, user-friendly dApps with low transaction fees without ever sacrificing on security. Well, if that's not a mission statement, I don't know what is, but it's clear, defined, and you may know what they're talking about or they may not, but it is a simple statement. But in shorter words, what is Polygon? It's a layer 2 solution, scaling solution to the Ethereum blockchain. Basically, as cryptocurrencies and the blockchain, and more people are adapting to the blockchain, more users are coming on, the blockchain can only process so many transactions at one time. This has led over time to the Ethereum gas fees going sky high. For people who already been in the market, you know how this can be. I've been in situations where I was just trying to transfer $100 worth of Ethereum from one wallet to another just to play with, and the gas fees were $50 on the loan. Crazy. And this this is where projects like Polygon have come into place to solve these solutions on scalability for crypto projects, which is the biggest issue that we're starting to see. We're not starting, but that we have been seeing in the ecosystem. Just for an example sake, I think it's Visa. They can process 200, it's either 20,000 or 200,000 transactions per second, whereas Bitcoin can only do, I think, 7 transactions per second, and Ethereum is maybe 25 transactions per second. Please fact check me on that. Put it in the comments. I'm just going off the top of my head. A lot of numbers, a lot of things in my head, but I think that's what it is. But just that great 200,000, even 20,000 compared to 7,000 transactions in a second, that's a big difference. And so we're going to need a lot of solutions to scale this blockchain technology to meet the standards of what we're currently using in society. So essentially, that's what Polygon is here for. We want to be able to scale the Ethereum network so people can, you know, low transaction fees, process more transactions, and have more building for developers for apps and everything that we want to use. So this is looking through the website. You see the Ethereum symbol in the middle, and then looks like a few other. You see the Polygon one right here, then a couple other ones going around circling. Built by developers for developers, Polygon combines the best of Ethereum and sovereign blockchains into a full-fledged multi-chain system. So I know this, if you're not used to Polygon or not familiar with it, all this may sound like a lot of mumble jumble. I'll try to keep everything simple. I'm a simple guy. I'm not a developer. I'm not a software engineer. So if I can't understand it, I'm gonna try my best to explain it to you. And we're gonna learn together. That's what we're here for. So as you see, over 10,000 decentralized apps have used Polygon to scale the performance. Most recently, we've even seen, what was it, the Bored Ape Yacht Clubs. They had that one big drop about a week or two ago. Today's May 13th. Well, I'm recording this on May 13th, but about a week or two ago, we saw the Bored Ape Yacht Clubs almost crash the Ethereum blockchain with their drop. And now I think they have migrated the board, their ApeCoin. It migrated ApeCoin over into the Polygon network, so that way it can allow for more transactions and minting NFTs and all the different stuff. So here, looks like we have the scaling solutions, Polygon's complete suite of Ethereum scaling solutions. As you can see, they have about 8 different types of solutions that they offer for scaling off of the Ethereum blockchain. Polygon Proof of Stake, which is a side chain secured by a permissionless set of proof of stake validators. Polygon Hermes, an open source ZK rollup. ZK rollups are a zero knowledge rollup, which is basically instead of sending one transaction at a time through the blockchain, it combines it rolls up a whole bunch of transactions into one file that sends it to the blockchain. So instead of, say, mailing out 20 pairs of items to one house, I'm putting all those items in one box and sending it to the house. Simple analogy, but it's basically what a roll-up is. And again, it's for low cost and faster transactions. Polygon Avail, general purpose, scalable data availability, focused blockchain. Polygon Edge, a modular and extensible framework for building private or public Ethereum compatible blockchain networks. Polygon Nightfall was a one-of-a-kind scaling solution that uses optimistic rollups along with ZK rollups. Polygon Mining, which is a Stark-based ZK rollup. So, and then it's Polygon Zero, a highly scalable Ethereum compatible ZK rollup. It uses an incredibly fast recursive proof system that is ETH friendly. And we see here, they have enterprise chain coming soon. So it looks like the only 3 solutions that are actively being used right now are the Polygon Edge. You see they have the Polygon Edge, Polygon Hermes, and Polygon Proof of Stake. And as you can see that, they have, what's this, 1, 2, 3, 4 different solutions that all offer different type of zero knowledge rollups. So, and again, we'll review, each of these. We'll probably, we're still trying to figure out the show, but we might just look at one of these in greater detail, give them on their own episode, just to kind of give a better understanding of each of these. But these are the solutions that they provide for developers to build on off of the Ethereum blockchain on the Polygon chain. Polygon makes Ethereum accessible for all, ETH compatible, scalability, security, developer experience. And, and on this note, one thing I want to bring up is the biggest issue with blockchains is this thing called, instead of a dilemma, it's a trilemma, where basically there's 3 things involved with blockchain. You have decentralization, scalability, and security. And the what do you want to call it? The definition of the trilemma is that with blockchain technology, you can only have 2 out of 3. Again, that's decentralization, security, or what's it? Security, decentralization, or scalability. You can only have 2 out of 3. It's like what they said if you went to college and they say you can only sleep, study, or be social. You have to pick 2 out of the 3. You can't do all 3. I mean, I was a G, so I did all 3, but everybody ain't able. But here we are. But again, so that's the purpose of the layer 2 solutions, is that on the layer 1 chains like Bitcoin and Ethereum, they offer the security and the decentralization. The problem is the scalability, which we talked about a little earlier with the transactions, the amount of transactions that are that can be processed in 1 second. So the scalability is the main issue that we're facing right now, which is the purpose of these layer 2s. So we're trying to, again, everybody's trying to be like me in college and do all 3. So that way we can be decentralized, be able to scale at a bigger and faster rate, and have security. And as you know, security is important. If you've seen all these hacks, smart contract exploits, NFTs getting stolen. So security, that's always a big factor as well. So it has to be a balance between all 3 with these blockchain technologies. Green Earth, let's scale Ethereum together. So another thing for crypto projects you want to look at are the let's go to the About Us section, but you always want to look at for the white paper. On their website, it actually looks like they have, where is it at? Oh, so they have Bitcoin Lightpaper, and then we have that open right here. We'll take a look at that in a second. And then we also have the Matic white paper. And the difference between, what's Matic? What's the difference between Matic and Polygon? So just to give a brief history, it started out as Matic. We had IEO on Binance, or it was founded in 2017 by, I've mainly always seen these 3 gentlemen, Enrock, Sandip, and Jonty. But I can't pronounce his name. I don't even want to butcher it. Forgive me, sir, if I ever talk to you. But these are the main founders. I know these 3 were mainly in India, and they are all in the UAB now, I believe. But yeah, they founded it in 2017. Had IEO on Binance in 2019. In June of 2020, middle of the panty, we can see that they launched their mainnet, and then they had their 2 solutions, which is the proof of stake chain and a plasma chain. Plasma chain is similar to the side chain, which is the POS chain, but the technological stuff behind it is different. But they are, well, okay, let me put it this way. The POS chain is parallel, so layer 2, so it's parallel to the Ethereum chain, whereas the plasma chain is like a branch off of the Ethereum chain, if that makes sense. It's more like a tree. So imagine a plasma chain being like a growing tree, whereas the POS chain is like the access road that you can still hit 60 on next to the highway. So end of 2020, we see Top Games onboarded. And then February of last year, they rebranded to Polygon, which is, where they're looking to offer more scaling solutions to be that the internet of blockchains. In April of 2021, major DeFi protocols onboarded protocols. Mark Cuban invests market cap and seeds 10 billion. Good old Mark Cuban. He's hopping on a lot of projects. He's heavily, he's a big investor, Shark Tank. But yeah, I think he's on the board of advisors as well. Yeah, so they have their mentors. You see Mark Cuban, John Lalick with Consensus, Pete Kim with Coinbase, Anthony Sassano, ETH Hub, Ryan Adams with Bankless, and Hudson Jameson with Ethereum Foundation. And I believe that the Ethereum Foundation, so they basically offer resources and funding to a lot of these layer 2 protocols and projects, because Ethereum knows that they have issues, and they want to work with all these different projects to create a more efficient and better ecosystem So that's basically what the Ethereum Foundation is. And just looking back, Polygon Edge launch, Polygon Studio launch in June, July of last year. So yeah, so we've seen the summer of last year where, once they get that Mark Cuban investment, we're continuing to put out solution releases. And then the latest news in November of 2021, they had the launch of the ZK Start-based scaling solution, Polygon mining. And what else is up here? So just at a glance, 10,000 plus number of decentralized apps, 130 million plus unique users, 3 million plus daily transactions, and 3.4 billion plus transactions since inception. So we definitely want to see that number keep going. All right, so let's look at the Lightpaper. Basically, I like how they call it a Lightpaper, because a white paper can be, kind of technical depending on the project. But again, it gives the overview of the project. And if you want to understand the project, if you want to be a part of it, if you want to invest in it or whatever, it's best to read the white paper, or like Polygon, that's the Lightpaper. Probably a little more visuals in here, but we'll take a look. Ethereum's Internet of Blockchains, as we stated earlier. So Ethereum is the blockchain development platform of choice, but it has limitations: low throughput, poor user experience, high gas fees, and no sovereignty. Shared throughput, clogging risk, tech stack, non-customizable, and governance dependence. As you see here, they have nothing connecting between these different forks, the Cosmos network, Polkadot, Quorum, and then Ethereum in the middle. Solutions, as we talked about earlier, a protocol and framework for building and connecting Ethereum compatible blockchain networks, one-click deployment of preset blockchain networks, growing set of modules for developing custom networks, interoperability protocol for exchanging, blah, blah, blah. Basically, interoperability means you want to be able to transact between the different blockchains. Adapter modules for enabling interoperability for existing blockchain networks. So all that to say, we just want everything connected. We want to be able to, hey, if I'm on the Polygon network, if I'm on a custom network down here, if I'm on Cosmos, hey, I have an issue. Well, shoot, let me bring it over to the Polygon network. We're still connected to Ethereum. You can bridge your tokens, swap currencies, whatever you need to do. We're able to do that on the Polygon network. Computer's running a little slow, so look, see here's features. Found the best of Ethereum and sovereign blockchains. Yeah. So a lot of repeat statements. You see sovereign blockchains, best of Ethereum, scalability, security, ETH compatibility, interoperability. We see these same buzzwords that they're using. But they're providing details in terms of what they do on the website, and that's why we're here too, to explain this a little bit more. Foundation for the Internet of Value and People. Polygon provides, so this is the technology portion of it. Polygon provides the core components and tools to join the new and borderless economy and society. With Polygon, any project can have its dedicated, optimized instance of Ethereum, which combines the best features of standalone blockchains, sovereignty, scalability, and flexibility, and Ethereum, security, interoperability, and developer experience. Additionally, these blockchains are compatible with all the existing Ethereum tools, MetaMask, MyCrypto, Remix, etc., and can exchange messages among themselves and with Ethereum. So this goes back to what I stated with, with the layer one Ethereum, we get that security, we get that decentralized, this decentralization we're looking for. The developers who are used to coding on it, we don't want to learn a new language if we're going on another layer. So that's what Polygon is providing, that, you're using the same tools on another network, but you're able to scale. We want to faster, bigger, stronger. We want to be flexible, depending on what you're doing. There's many applications that will be adapting to blockchain technologies. and we need to be able to be a one size fits all, or at least have many solutions for one side for all size issues. Again, it's name it the same thing on here. It's like, dang, they just hit copy and paste on here, but it's all good. Polygon chains. Polygon supports two major types of Ethereum compatible blockchain networks: standalone networks and networks that leverage security as a service. And I tell you, everything is as a service nowadays. It's crazy. Subscription as a service, security as a service, web as a service. But you know how it is, buzzwords in the tech, somebody comes up with it and it just goes wherever. But anyway, standalone chains. So these networks are fully in charge of their own security, have their own pool of validators. Standalone chains offer the highest level of independence and flexibility, with the trade-off of sometimes challenging validator pool establishing. Basically, the standalone chain is, I think it would be more of like the proof of stake side chain, where it's not branched from Ethereum, it's parallel to it. So it's its own chain, which gives it the flexibility to have different security measures, its own protocols, its own consensus, but still be able to interact with the other blockchains while still maintaining its security. Secure chains, blockchain networks that use security as a service instead of establishing their own validator pool. The service can be provided either by Ethereum directly or by a pool of professional validators. And this is, I think this would more so be like the plasma chain, where it's, again, we see it's a branch off from the main Ethereum network, but it still has the similar capabilities from the main layer 1 Ethereum. So it's more like, it's like a child branch of it. And the architecture, and as you see, as we're going through this white paper, it does start to get a little bit more technical. But as you see here, there are 4 main layers with Polygon. So you have the Ethereum layer, and when we talk about layers, these are the layer. This is what developers build on. It's the technology behind. So with layers in blockchain itself, you start from layer 0, which is the hardware and the computers, everything that makes the blockchain of what it is what you would call like a layer 0. Layer 1 will be Ethereum, Bitcoin. It's the functionality, the bolts and nuts, well, not the bolts and nuts, but the coding of that blockchain, the basics of it. And then you have your layer 2, which is your Polygon, which we have been discussing to scale it, make it more efficient. And then you have your layer 3, which is essentially the decentralized apps that people interact with. It masks all the technical stuff underneath, and is what the visual user like you or myself would use and interact with. That would be more so the layer 3 portion. Looking at the architecture for Polygon, consists of 4 abstract layers. So you have the Ethereum layer, you have the security layer, the Polygon network layer, and then the execution layer. One of the things that they offer for developers to be flexible is you don't have to use all of them. You do have to use the Polygon network layer, of course, otherwise we wouldn't be here, and the execution layer. And depending on the capabilities, or it all depends on the project that you're working on, would depend on what you would need. As you see here, it says optional for the Ethereum layer and the security layer. You see the Ethereum layer provides us with staking, messaging between ETH, Ethereum and Polygon chain, dispute resolving, security layer, specialized non-mandatory layer providing validators as a service. Essentially, the Polygon network will have its own set of validators that's not a part of the Ethereum validator. So it's its own set of validators to approve and deny transactions, basically. And then, as you see here, the Polygon network mandatory and execution layer is mandatory. And the execution layer is where the smart contracts lie to take inputs and outputs for whatever capabilities we're dealing with. and was just comparing. Of course, they're going to hit all the dots, comparing them to some of the other alternatives. Let's see, with sharding, sidechains, Quorum, Cosmos, Polkadot. So mainly and these three, Cosmos, Polkadot, and Polygon, are the main three that are not main three, but they're the three that are most similar when you want to compare. There's also a shout out to, I forgot the guy's name, but he's doing the Polkadot on the Gentleman of Crypto channel too. So hopefully King and Zay get somebody to do the Cosmos as well. That way we can go ahead and get the battles of the layer twos up here. Get a little something going. But yeah. So yeah, just typical vision, hopes, team. We've seen all this. So we'll stop sharing that. But again, just wanted to kind of give like a quick overview of this first video, get something out here. Next episodes we'll start to dive into again some of those solutions, those the side chains, the plasma chains, the ZK rollups. We'll start to look at some of these stuff in more specifics, try to understand these things a little bit more. We'll look at some of the apps that are already on Polygon network and see what they're doing. Basically, we just want to see what's going on with Polygon. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in with me on this first episode. Shout out to King and Zay. Truly appreciate y'all for giving me the opportunity and for creating this platform for people that look like us and other people who just want to be involved in the crypto space and to keep learning and growing. It's definitely a good space. And yeah, man, we'll catch you on the next episode. Peace.